If you all were at my Al-Anon meetings that I attended for much of my life, I would be giving you a little chip to say how many days that you have succeeded in passing through Lent. You're over halfway there. And like the life when things get easier, when you've accomplished some things, so does Lent anticipate that the journey that we have been on thus far is making it easier to surrender those prejudices and those alienations and those difficulties between ourselves and our families and so forth that we would like to have had accomplished by the time that Easter gets here. And so the scriptures are moving toward a sense of encouragement rather than merely the heaviness of the penitential season. The readings moving toward a lightness and a hope that cannot be extinguished, and unless we say so. So, in this first reading from the book of Isaiah, and we're toward the end of the book, and the author, no longer Isaiah likely, but his disciples, is deciding to offer to the people who are returning from exile. They've already been sent out, and now some are coming back into Jerusalem, and there's a sense of a celebration that the battle is over with, and they have the possibility of restoration, the possibility of rebuilding Jerusalem, rebuilding its walls, rebuilding the temple, but most importantly, rebuilding the faith. And so he presents to them that this return from exile should look very much like the Exodus. And he gives them language that ought to remind them of the Exodus, that they are passing through situations, that he says to them that the mountains are laid low so that they can easily pass any obstacle. As the Red Sea was parted, so is the land itself making it able to go, that there are pastures on either side of these things as these obstacles are laid low, so that they can actually harvest some food on their way back to Jerusalem, so that they can be nourished, and that they should be really proud and happy. They should be inspired by these things happening as they return from exile to the city of Jerusalem and to a return to a faith. And all of this is happening because it's a fruit of God's unchangeable love. That no matter what their difficulties were, no matter what persecutions they felt, God's love was persistent. We need to be thinking about that in various ways right now, that too often whatever the political reality is, something we like or something we don't like, we're more influenced than the unchangeable love of God for us. To be able to stay focused on that in every situation. That does not mean we run from the problems. It does not mean we don't embrace the migrants and their journey. It means just the opposite. That we become, for those who are in exile, that we become ways in which the mountains can be laid low and the laws can be put in a changing position, that we can be present to them in a way that many will not be, because of God's unchangeable love. It is constant and persistent in its nature. And we who have come to know the Christ, who is described in the gospel today as intimate, one with the Father, who doesn't do anything without the Father's approval, or more than that, he doesn't do anything without the Father's witness. He says he sees God doing what he is doing. And so it's more than just a father blessing a son. It is the Father showing the Son how to do it. And the Son teaching us as church is expecting us to be that for the sake of the world. That the unchangeable love of God is demonstrated in our manner of welcoming, our manner of service, our manner of care, and our absolute willingness to represent the unchangeable love of God instead of our petty feelings and our little gripes and so forth. Our witness to the world from this building, our witness to the world from our parishes, our witness to the world is the unchangeable, unfathomable love of God for his people. And this will bring us, we will stay in this circle, this cycle of these kinds of readings and so forth, until we get to the crucifixion. And we will once again be moved into the depths of our sadness, but in that darkness, we will have these memories, and we might consider that God's love is still unchangeable, even as we witness the death of Jesus, and in the darkness, wait for the light of the resurrection, and know that his love is proven.